Now joined by Jack Armstrong and Jevohn Shepherd. Gentlemen, the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship in convincing fashion, 16-3 in the playoffs, a 64-win regular season. What is your reaction to this result, and does it deserve to be amongst the all-time great seasons?
Well, obviously, in Celtic history, it's the second best season they've ever had as a franchise. So that there's a lot to be said for that. When you look at this team, it's a well-balanced team. Obviously, they have Tatum and Brown. They're fabulous players. But the thing that jumps out to me is they have a really good defensive team. They share the ball. They play the game the right way. They're a team in every sense of the word. Do they have a bunch of Hall of Famers like Bird, Parrish, McHale, Dennis Johnson, Bill Walton, like those teams? No, they don't. But do they have incredible balance? And are they a true champion? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think, when you look at this team, what they've accomplished this year, you're talking about a 64-win regular season, and they play in harmony, right? It's almost like synchronized swimming on both ends of the floor, and I don't think they get enough, or they're going to get enough credit for what they have accomplished, as well as winning this NBA championship, because they don't have that MVP-type player, MVP-type candidate. And I think that's what a lot of people look at and hinge some of those, some of those big-time teams too. But the way that this team has accomplished it, everybody gets a piece of the pie, right? They share the basketball. We're talking about one of the most efficient offenses in NBA history, and they're just as competent on the defensive end. So I look at this team and how they've done it as a unit. And I say, as basketball pundits, enthusiasts, and, even if you're a young player and coaches, you're modeling your teams after this type of play, right? This brand of basketball where everybody plays a part. And you never know who's going to step up, and I think that's what their strength was.
Well, talking about harmony, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown finally get over the hump as a duo. They've been to 5 conference finals together. They made the finals in 2022, but they lose to the Golden State Warriors. What does this championship say about validating their body of work?
I give Brad Stevens a lot of credit, quite frankly, because I think he looked around and said, I need to do more to help these young guys get over the hump. You get Drew Holiday. They bring Al Horford back. Derek White was a great get. And obviously, you look at getting Porzingis. I think those guys calmed down a little bit, Jevohn. They played more within themselves. They trusted that they didn't have to do everything and play hero ball. And I think it really showed. Both of them were fabulous.
I tip my hat to them. I give them a lot of credit for their maturity, right? Because they've taken a lot of criticism over the years. There was times we're talking about even trading one of the two, right? And they've grown together. They're also two guys that can have their own teams and have success. But they decided to stick together and sacrifice for the betterment of their team and their essentially their team's career, their own careers, win themselves a championship. And with all the criticism that they said, what people have said and what they've looked at them and pretty much said they can't do it, this was a night or a series, a whole season where they said, okay, no, we stick together, we get the job done, and we accomplish a lot and silence a lot of that noise.
And you look at Jaylen Brown tonight, 11 assists. He's done a great job. And look, this is a guy sometimes that his shot selection is a little shaky.
Yes.
But I tell you what, his awareness of the other 4 guys that he plays with has gotten better and better. He was tremendous in this series in that regard.
It's the Mamba mentality, Jack. You got to love it, right? Put it up. Put it up.
Yes, it is. Well, look, this is the 6th straight season we've had a different NBA champion. With the state of the Eastern Conference and this team being intact, are they poised to be the next team to repeat?
Well, first of all, on a big picture, 30 teams, I think it's great for the NBA that you don't have a dominant franchise. I think it's good. It gives a lot of fan bases hope. And I think in terms of the Eastern Conference, they are the standard. Yeah. Now, there are a lot of good. I think Milwaukee, if they're healthy, Philly, if they're healthy, teams like that will be right in the mix again. But nonetheless, this is the standard because they don't beat themselves. They are a sound ball club fundamentally on both sides of the ball. So for teams in the conference to improve and be that much better, you got to figure out, is it going to be 5 as 1, or are you going to play with more of a focus on having superstars?
Well, and here's the other part to that, right? Winning one championship is tough, but now winning that second one, it's a completely different hill. It's a completely different challenge because now, going into October, you go into training camp and everybody thinks they deserve a little bit more. Everybody wants a little more responsibility, rightfully so, right? You had a great season, ran yourself into a championship, won yourself a championship as a group, and then now you have to almost re-identify yourself because guys are going to come and they feel like, I want a little bit more responsibility, coach. And Joe Mazzulla, he's going to have to manage that.
And here's the other element: the second apron in terms of the luxury tax, in terms of the salary cap. You really got to do a good job navigating how you manage your cap and your salary structure and the back end of your roster. You look at Denver; they won a championship, but their second unit wasn't as good as it was the year before, and they faded in the second round.
You know, as well, you go into next season as the champion. There's now a bullseye on your chest. This year, a lot of teams, a lot of people said the Boston Celtics are great, but they shoot too many threes, right? Are they going to win a championship shooting that many threes? Well, now they're going to be gunning for you, right? Every scouting report, every team saying, I want to knock off the Boston Celtics. Are they going to be willing and ready for that challenge as well?
Well, look, they deserve to have the target on their back.
Plus the green suit.
We had to do it. We had to make it happen.
And by the way, Patrick Mahomes doesn't like that guy. I'm a Bills fan. I'm not too fond of Patrick Mahomes. Broke my heart.
Well, look, credit to Boston. They get it done. Since switching to 7-game first-round series, Boston owns the second highest winning percentage, only behind the 2017 Golden State Warriors. Gentlemen,
Green suit. It's a green suit.
We did it.
Green.
We
Celtic
did
green.
it, Jack. Celtic green. Gentlemen, thanks as always.